Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of Montenegro to Azerbaijan, Parisha Kostratovic has had a successful diplomatic career. He has held numerous positions in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Montenegro, the Office of the Prime Minister, and the Parliament of Montenegro. He has worked overseas as a representative of Montenegro. Since 2019, he has been serving as the Ambassador of Montenegro to Turkey. He is also the non-resident Ambassador Extraordinary and accredited Ambassador of Montenegro to Azerbaijan and Iran.
Mr. Ambassador Parisha Kostratovic, thank you for being the esteemed guest on our program Officials and for hosting us at the embassy in beautiful Ankara.
Thank you for coming, and thank you to the Baku TV for having this initiative to make an interview with me. It's a pleasure to have you today in Ankara in the Embassy of Montenegro.
Diplomatic relations between Azerbaijan and Montenegro have existed for more than 15 years. How do you see the relationship between our countries?
So first of all, I must say that we have a friendly relations, and this is stated as well in the declaration on the friendly relations and the partnership between two countries, which was signed in 2013. We are very pleased to say that we are friends with Azerbaijan, and there are no any obstacles to further enhance our cooperation in all possible fields of mutual interest.
What do you expect in the near future in terms of relations between the two countries?
So, as I said, the basis of our relations, it's mutual understanding and respect, and we have excellent political relations. What we need to do is to foster and to use these good political relations to foster our relations in all possible fields, especially in the field of economy. I must say that Azerbaijan used to be in 2019 the biggest investor in Montenegro, in the tourism sector especially, and we are very pleased to see that this is one of the biggest projects in our tourism sector, and that's everything in function as it should be. Azerbaijan is a reliable and credible investor, and we want to see, first of all, a lot of investments from your country. The second thing is to try to find other areas of cooperation, be it culture, be it education, tourism. We can do some exchange of the experiences, because for Montenegro tourism it's very important, and the tourism and the exchange of the people, it's very important, and the cultural cooperation and the education are very important to the people-to-people contacts. And this is actually when you have very enhanced cooperation and understanding between the people. This is for the mutual benefit of the countries, and we need to work on that. We will actually continue this intensified political dialogue. Last year we had many visits on the high level from Montenegro to Azerbaijan, and I'm very pleased to announce that Her Excellency Madam Gafarova, the Speaker of Milli Mejlis, will visit Montenegro at the beginning of May this year. So we will have many opportunities to exchange the views on the future cooperation between two countries.
17 agreements covering various areas have been signed between Azerbaijan and Montenegro. What role have these documents played in the development of relations?
It's very important when it comes to the cooperation between two countries. It's very important to sign as many as possible agreements, because this then it's giving us a very good legal framework for the cooperation. So as you mentioned, we have a lot of agreements which has been signed already, and I think that we need to further enhance this legal basis of our cooperation. So as we expand the cooperation in many areas, we need before of that to work on establishment of this legal framework first of all. And I think that there are a lot of agreements to be signed in the future.
In 2014, the first meeting of the Joint Intergovernmental Commission on Economic Cooperation between Azerbaijan and Montenegro took place in the city of Podgorica. What is the current status of economic relations?
So the current status of economic cooperation, as I said, it's not following actually the political cooperation that we had, and we need to work to enhance further our cooperation in the field of economy. So we want to see as many as possible investors from Azerbaijan in Montenegro. We want to further enhance our trade between two countries. There is not too much trade between. It's only on the level, I think, of 8 millions, which is not enough when you take in consideration that we are talking about two friendly and partner country. We need to use all possible tools that we have on our disposal to improve economic cooperation. We can use as well the cooperation in the field of agriculture. As well, you know, Montenegro is very dedicated to the IT sector, so this can be one of the fields. Obviously, tourism, it's one of the most important sectors of our economy, so it can be used as well for further enhance economic cooperation as well. So there is a willingness of both countries to work on that. You mentioned this mechanism of intergovernmental commission, and I would like to say that we already agreed upon the dates for the next meeting of the intergovernmental commission. From the side of Azerbaijan, the co-chairing person, it's Minister Babayev. From our side, it's Madam Nishic. So I think that this mechanism, it's very important when the two countries can sit together and see what are the fields where they can, improve cooperation. So I'm very glad that finally we managed, because in the previous period we had the COVID and some other challenges which was not enabling us to have this meeting. But I'm very pleased that the next date for the next intergovernmental commission has already been set up for the end of June of this year.
Despite being a small state in southeastern Europe, Montenegro has developed significantly in the tourism sector. How did you achieve this success?
So when you say that we are small state, that is true if you look at the size of our population and maybe even the surface. There are many smaller countries. One of our rurals in the history once said that the fact that Montenegro is a small country does not affect its greatness. I think that Montenegro, despite being a small country, it's very important example of the coexistence between different ethnic, religious, and cultural groups. We are the only territory of ex-Yugoslavia which didn't experience war on its territory, and I think this is something which is very important to mention. And we are continuing to cherish this harmony between different ethnic and religious groups and cultural differences in our country, and we think that this is our richness. And from there, first fact is the stability. The second thing is our willingness to be open towards world. And Montenegro, it's abundant with the natural beauties. So we really have what to show to the people from all over the world, and everybody is welcomed in Montenegro. And I would like to use this opportunity to invite as many as Azerbaijani people to come and to visit our beautiful country, to use the opportunity that now we'll have during the season direct flight operated both with Air Montenegro and Air Azerbaijan. And to use the opportunity to personally witness the natural beauties of Montenegro. Tourism, it's very important for our economy. It's 26% of our GDP income. Montenegro is more and more recognized as the elite tourism destination. In the recent several years, especially before in the pre-pandemic period, we used to be one of the most growing tourism economies in the world. We are hosting a lot of tourists, and in Montenegro we have beautiful coasts. We have medieval cities. We have a huge cultural heritage, which we want to present to the world. And we have both developed summer and winter tourism in Montenegro. So whenever somebody decides to visit us, it's a good period.
Mr. Ambassador, what efforts are being made for the development of our tourism relations?
So first of all, the very important is connection between two countries. So from this year, for the first time, we will have both Air Montenegro operating on the flights between Baku and Podgorica. Something little bit less than 4,000 people from Azerbaijan visiting Montenegro, and that's roughly 80% decrease from the previous year. But still, there are possibilities for two countries to further increase the cooperation in this field. First of all, by exchanging as well some of the experiences that we can share, both in when it comes to the winter tourism, but especially when it comes in our case to the tourism on the sea. Or summer tourism.
Your location on the shores of the Adriatic Sea and being a coastal country, how does it contribute to your country?
Being a coastal country, it's, I think, very important because first of all, it affects our mentality. Montenegro, it's both Mediterranean and Balkan country. And this is, for example, something that we share with Turkey. So first of all, it affects our mentality. Then it enables us to have the open mind towards the world, and it helped us during the history a lot. I would say, and we live the Adriatic Sea as a sea which is connecting us with different nationalities and different people in the wider Mediterranean region. It's very important for our cooperation with our neighbor, that's Italy, our historical neighboring country and historical friend. So for us, it's very important to have a beautiful coast, and obviously it helps a lot to our economy. First of all, by people being involved in the maritime business, and this is something which we are famous worldwide. Even during the history, many Montenegrins were very important maritime captains. And on the other side, even today, we have a lot of sailors who are participating in the maritime industry worldwide. And it's very important for the biggest part of our economy, which is obviously tourism. We have a lot of investments. As I already mentioned, one of the biggest investments in the tourism sector is coming from your country, from Azerbaijan, and this is resort Porto Novi in Herceg Novi. And actually, it's for now the only one and only resort in Europe. So thanks to these investments, Montenegro is being positioned on the map of the world as a tourism destination, and especially as a nautical destination more and more.
Mr. Ambassador, how does Montenegro's NATO membership affect its relationships with countries that have historically balanced foreign policies amidst global military alliances?
So first of all, Montenegro, it's situated in the Balkans, in a very turbulent region. We had many unpleasant events during the war, during the dissolution of the former country that we used to be a part of, and that's Yugoslavia. And we were thinking that this was very important to become the member of the NATO. And that was one of the priorities of the foreign policy of Montenegro, and we are very proud that we are now the part of the alliance. First of all, because of the values that this alliance is sharing between its countries, and what are the values that alliance is standing for. And as I mentioned, in the turbulent region where are the Balkans, we were understanding, and we understand, that it was very important to become the member of NATO as soon as possible, because that's the reality in our region, the presence of NATO. Before Montenegro, many of the countries which were bordering Montenegro were part of the alliance. And when we were in the situation that we were surrounded by the members of the NATO countries, we decided that it's very important to become the member of this alliance, which is, first of all, it's not only military, it's a political alliance. And I know that Azerbaijan has very good relations with the NATO. So we knew that it's very important for our stability and for our protection to become as soon as possible the member of the alliance, and to have our voice when it comes to the decisions that are directly affecting us as a country. So I would say we are today credible and proud member of NATO, and looking forward as soon as possible to fulfill our second most important foreign policy goal, and that's membership to the European Union. Obviously, joining these two important alliances, first of all, we managed to join NATO in 2017, and now we are, let's say, the country which will be definitely the first next member of the European Union. We understand that before joining this alliance, it's very important to continue to develop our good neighborly relations with all our neighbors, and to foster further regional cooperation, because this is one of the requisites for our cooperation in the wider alliances that I already mentioned.
Okay, but how much Montenegro's cooperation with Azerbaijan involves, particularly regarding European energy diversification and security, considering Azerbaijan's energy resources and its role in the southern gas corridor?
Yes, this is very important. First of all, due to the current geopolitical situation, I think that Azerbaijan is becoming more and more important for the Europe from the point of view of supplying natural gas. You know that you signed some important agreements with the European Union, and you managed together with Turkey, first of all, to connect Europe and the Caspian Sea towards TANAP and TAP, which is already established, and this is very, very important. And for us, we would like to see the realization of IAP as well, which is the pipeline which would connect Montenegro together with the TAP and TANAP. So I think that this is one of the topics there we need to have a very enhanced dialogue, or intensified dialogue, to see what are the best modalities to have the possibility to receive the gas from Azerbaijan as well for our country. Because in this moment Montenegro is not gasified country, so we would need to have your expertise first of all, and then to have as well your support, which will help us, to develop further.
Thank you for sharing your insight with us today. It's been a privilege to delve into the ties that bind Montenegro and Azerbaijan from your perspective.
I would like to use this opportunity to congratulate Azerbaijan on all the achievements made so far, and to use as well this opportunity to congratulate you all for the upcoming National Day of Azerbaijan on the 28th of May. And this is something that we have in common as well. We mark our Independence Day on the 21st of May, and Azerbaijan is celebrating actually its National Day on 28th of May. So best of luck.